Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Juan Solo here with ASQD Gaming, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so much for tuning in today for some more State of Decay 2. So in today's video, we're going to be going over all of the new details surrounding the Daybreak pack because Undead Labs is over at Gamescom, and they released a bunch of new information about the Daybreak pack, including the release date, a bunch of new features that's going to be coming with this in the actual Daybreak DLC, as well as how some of that stuff is going to roll over into the base game with our communities that we've had been going on since this game launched back in May. So without further ado, guys, let's jump right into all the information. So this is actually coming from an Xbox article, as well as there was a couple of live streams that I'm going to be playing a little bit of gameplay from those live streams in the background, as well as some of the stuff from the interview with Wonder from Undead Labs that I believe IGN did over at Gamescom in Germany. So first things first, guys, this DLC is going to be arriving on September 12th. That is the release date for this DLC, and it's a brand new game mode, and it's basically in concept a replayable co-op zombie siege experience. So we're going to kind of jump into the details and some of the new stuff that's going to be coming to this Daybreak DLC. So it says players and up to 3 teammates play as highly skilled Red Talon soldiers armed with high-end weaponry, and together they will defend a fortified position against waves of oncoming zombies while a vulnerable technician repairs a critical satellite relay. So pretty much all that information there we sort of already knew, except the fact that we are going to be protecting a Red Talon technician as he repairs a critical satellite relay. This has to do with Cleo. For those of you guys that know what Cleo is from the Year 1 edition of State of Decay 1, that is kind of what this is surrounding, and we're going to get into a few more details with that just in a second. So there's going to be new enemies and weapons coming to the Daybreak DLC, and among the waves of regular and special zombies players will need to ward off will be a new enemy, and that is the Blood Plague Juggernaut. This is something that honestly a lot of people were thinking was going to be in the base game because you have all the Blood Plague zombies and stuff. This is really our first Blood Plague freak that they're bringing to State of Decay, and these dudes are going to be absolutely insane to take down. So it says this is a tougher version of the already powerful Juggernaut who will expose players to the Blood Plague. And then to combat this new scourge, players have access to all sets of new Cleo weapons, including 8 new ranged weapons, 6 new melee weapons, and 6 new deployable explosives. So all sorts of new ranged and melee weapons, as well as new explosives and stuff that's coming to this DLC. It's going to help you protect yourself in this actual DLC, and all of these things will be crossing over into the main game. So you're going to have access to all of this stuff in the main game with what they call, I believe they called it Prestige. Prestige, it's a new currency that's actually in the Daybreak DLC that you get for taking down zombies and actually completing the separate waves. So you don't get very much of this stuff for your normal zombies, and then as you tier up through the different enemies, you get more and more of this in-game currency to spend on a trader that you can actually call to your base and buy these Cleo weapons in the actual base game. So that's going to be really cool to see all these new weapons. I cannot wait to see exactly what they are, but it does confirm that Cleo is back. The actual satellite relay that these guys are repairing is sort of to get an uplink to Cleo. So are we going to see the new Cleo like supply drops like from the original State of Decay come back in State of Decay 2? Only time will tell, because most of that surrounded the Year 1 edition, the Year 1 Survival Edition, as well as it kind of tied in with the Breakdown DLC. Even though this is all of the DLC that we've had announced so far for State of Decay 2, do not be surprised if we get some sort of a Breakdown DLC, and then also with the Cleo drops and stuff in State of Decay 2. That's just me saying that. That's my opinion. There is no confirmation on that, no information on that coming down the pipeline in the future. But honestly, I would not be surprised. So also, new rewards and achievements. The more waves you survive, the more rewards you will earn. Rewards on unlocked items can be used to fight more efficiently in future Daybreak sessions, and players will also be able to access those same unlocked items for their main community of survivors, giving access to the new Cleo weapons, additional accessories, and upgrades for their base, including the opportunity to bring in a Red Talon soldier into their community. That is something that when I saw that, I was just like, yes, thank you. This is something that we've been asking for a very long time. So we are going to have the opportunity to recruit a Red Talon soldier into your community. They can be a leader. and it does not have to be just a warlord leader. They can be all of the leaders that are in the game. You can have a Red Talon soldier be that person, and they will come with a boatload of specialized skills that will be max ranked. So these dudes are going to be like just absolute badasses that you're going to be able to have in your community. I'm really excited about that, and I cannot wait to learn more. And then lastly, the Daybreak pack comes with over 24 new achievements or State of Decay 2 worth 250 gamer score, and then they kind of go on to say about what it's going to cost. So Daybreak pack will be available for fans who own the standard edition for $10 US, and it is also obviously included with the Ultimate Edition at no additional cost, as well as it will be available at launch for Xbox Game Pass members with a 10% discount, so you're going to save a buck. As an Xbox Play Anywhere game, one digital purchase gets you both the Xbox One and Windows 10 version of the game, all that good stuff. So it's overall, it's going to be a fun DLC pack. So with all of that information being said, there actually is permadeath in this Daybreak DLC mode, but once you die as the character you're playing as, you actually will have the opportunity to respawn roughly 12 or 13 seconds after you actually die, as well as, like I said, you can play this in co-op, and you can also have a couple of Red Talon NPCs that will actually be in there as well, and the actual technician that is working on the uplink tower can be killed, and that will automatically end your mission. But if he's hit by zombies, you can actually go over and bandage him up. That will allow you to get some of his health back. This is a cool feature that we have not really seen in State of Decay 2, being able to bandage up other people like sort of on the fly. But it is a feature that's going to be very prominent in this Daybreak DLC, because you're going to want to keep that guy alive, obviously, at all costs. Otherwise, you're going to instantly fail the mission and have to start over. So one of the main things actually to take note with all of this, though, is the fact that there's only actually 7 waves of enemies in this DLC, and it will only roughly last 45 minutes to an hour if you play all the way through it. And then obviously with each tier, it's going to get harder and harder, but there's only 7 waves. But one of the cool things is the longer you play through this, the more stuff you will unlock, including new base customization for your community back in the main game. So you will actually be able to unlock the Red Talon Barracks as well as a Red Talon Watchtower, and both of these things have more, I guess you could say, attributes to them. Obviously, you're going to be able to hold more people in one of the Red Talon Barracks. One of the Red Talon Watchtowers is obviously going to have more firepower. It's going to have more of an effect on your threat level and stuff like that. It's going to minimize your threat level more because it's just, you know, obviously a higher tier watchtower, as well as, like we mentioned earlier, you will be able to recruit a Red Talon soldier into your community. And this is something that, you know, it's going to be really cool to see exactly how this plays out, what skill traits and stuff can be rolled onto these Red Talon characters. If you are only allowed one, or you can have one every time you beat the Daybreak DLC, that could get a little overpowered, so I would assume you're only going to be able to have one Red Talon soldier, you know, recruited over to your main community. But with that being said, are you guys kind of upset at the fact that obviously it's not unlimited waves of zombies? There is actually an end game in this, and then the more times you go through it, the more rewards you will obviously unlock and stuff like that, including a bunch of base customization features coming to the main game, as well as you will have access to the new Clio weapons and melee weapons, range weapons, that sort of thing, through the prestige that you will actually earn by taking down zombies in the Daybreak DLC. And I don't exactly remember what the numbers were for per zombies, but I think like your base zombies, you only get like 1 or 2 prestige for the Blood Plague Juggernaut, which you saw in that gameplay there. I believe it was 25 prestige for, but overall these guys are going to be very tough to take down. For taking down those, you'll be able to get that prestige to spend on the in-game trader that is in the main game to obtain the Clio weapons, the obviously ranged weapons, melee weapons. I believe you can actually access the prestige with the prestige stuff is how you get the Red Talon Barracks, the Red Talon Watchtower, and the other base customization stuff that you can get by playing through the Daybreak DLC. So overall, I think they should kind of snowball this. They need to add more base customization. They need to add some more stuff like that. I would love to see the Clio drops from the original State of Decay come to the base game of State of Decay 2. Obviously, they are in the Daybreak DLC, so that's something that they definitely could be rolling over to the main game, and I think that would just add for a little bit more of a playthrough. And then obviously, in the absolute end game, I would love to see them institute a Breakdown 2.0 into State of Decay 2 to make it so obviously the more you play, the tougher it gets, the more times you move from map to map and everything, that makes the game overall more difficult. The Clio drops get more difficult and stuff like that, and it would just allow a lot more replay replay value to the base game of State of Decay 2, which personally right now I think is really needed. But overall, guys, that's pretty much going to do it for the video. If you guys are excited about the Daybreak DLC, you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all things with the Daybreak DLC, State of Decay 2, Ghost Recon Wildlands, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, and many other games on the channel moving forward. But that is pretty much all for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.